The first one, let us do right on top the distance formula. Distance formula. Now what this formula is, children, if you have a line segment, and let's say that segment goes from 2, -1 to 3, 1, this little formula will tell you the length of that, which is not going to be a pretty number because it doesn't work out nicely.
That's
-2.
See? Everybody's a critic today. Now, let me tell you what it's based on, though. The distance formula is a derivative. It derives from, it comes from the Pythagorean theorem. So really what they're doing is they are giving you the Pythagorean theorem, but they're telling you how to do it with points instead of whatever. This is what it looks like, because you could figure it out on your own without that. But the actual distance formula is this. D equals, here's the grand poopah of them all. D equals the square root of, in parentheses, x, let me make sure I get this right, x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared. It looks really, really, really complicated. I believe it's minus. Oh, it's plus. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Did I put squares up there? There you go. Do I actually go in to tell you why that is? Let's talk about that just for a minute. Well, sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's worth it to discuss why, and sometimes it's okay just to accept that it is. See if I had this right triangle, and I was using the Pythagorean theorem, which says a squared plus, and I was using the Pythagorean theorem, which says a squared plus b squared equals c squared. What am I looking for in my triangle? I'm looking for the c squared, right? I don't know that. I can figure this out. How do I figure out the height of this thing without counting? Without sitting and looking at this, how do I know that this is what? Too high?
Probably distance formula.
Oh, because it's not a right angle.
You take this distance are the two numbers subtracted from each other. If you take the y, this is the y, these are y numbers. This is the y-axis. Here y is 1. If you take 1 and subtract a -1 from it, you get 1 plus 1 because it's 2, which is what this is right here. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 gives you the y value, how tall y is, which would be one of those things. Same thing for the x. How do I find this distance from here to here without counting the little blocks? You subtract the x values, which would be, well, what's that?
3 minus 1.
Yeah, 3 minus -2, which actually is 3 plus 2. This is 5y, which is where this comes from. Why is it the square root of all that stuff in the end? Because this is c squared, and to solve something for c squared, you have to take the square root. So blah, blah, blah. Let's just look at it. In order to do that, you need to know your points, and it doesn't matter which one you call 2's and 1's. I'm just going to rewrite them so you see them here. I have 3, 1, correct? And I have -2, -1. Please, Carter Westfall, do not cut corners, Brand English, and just do this. Right? Pretend like this is your farm field, Carter. You don't want to cut any corners. You don't want to spray anhydrous on only half of it, not on the other. With our recent unpleasant. What happened on that whole anhydrous incident there? What was the deal with that?
Wait, where?
Well, all those people got sick because they started leaking tanks and there's a big cloudy, smoky thing. No, you haven't heard?
Well, you see it in 10. There's this guy that drilled it into an anhydrous tank from the bottom and he froze himself.
It is true because you use that anhydrous both for fertilizer and for cooling. Anyway, so here's what it looks like. D equals the square root of parenthesis x2 minus parenthesis x1 squared plus parenthesis y2 minus y1 parenthesis squared. And you are going to fill in the proverbial blanks. You want to make this 2 or 1? I don't care. Somebody give me one.
2.
2.
All right, those are my 2's, these are my 1's. All right, so x sub 2 is 3. X sub 1 is negative 2. The other one, x sub 1 is,
No.
And
X
y
sub
sub-
negative.
y sub 1, y sub 2 is 1. Y sub negative 1, y sub 1 is 1. Did I get that right? Negative.
Yeah.
I have it in the right places. I should label them here. Look, this is x sub 2, x sub 1, y sub 2. Then when you do the math here, what do you get? Well, distance equals the square root of 3 minus a negative 2 is actually 3 plus 2, 5 squared, plus 1 minus a negative 1 is actually 2 squared. Distance equals the square root of 25 plus 4. Distance equals the square root of 29. Is there a square root of 29? No. Can you simplify the square root of 29?
Probably.
No. But you should know the square root of 29, Parker, is close to what? Between what two numbers would the square root of 29 be? Abram will answer if you don't. And you don't want to look bad when Abram's sitting next to you.
5 and 6.
There you go. It's between 5 and 6. Somewhere.
Making sure I got it right there.
Between 5 and 6. But it's all based on this whole formula there. Problems on that? Do you want me to continue? You want to do another one of those, or should we go right to the midpoint formula?
Right to the
Midpoint!
All, again, Carter, Brant,
Yes.
getting these right just depends on you staying organized and putting the right numbers in the right place. Well, it's true for all of you, but for those of you that don't like to show a lot of work and take your time and want to speak through and get it done with good math, that is going to get you it right where it's going. It's not that complicated. It's not hard. It's just
Confusing.
And now the midpoint formula. I don't know for sure what the good thing about that is actually a lot simpler, and it's the same thing.
Is this the same
Well, it's under down midpoint formula. I put a different piece of paper just because it's a different thing. It's the same thing. What did I do? -2, -1, and 3, 1. Let's say I still have those. -2, -1, 3, 1. If I still have that, the midpoint formula just tells you what the coordinates. If you want to split this line in half, it tells you exactly what the coordinates would be of that midpoint thing. And here's the formula for that. We use the letter M. What do they use? Yeah. It's pretty simple, children. Okay, there are no square root signs for this. It is just this. You take x sub 2. Is it plus? X. So they used 1 first, but I guess it doesn't matter. X1 plus x sub 2 cut in half, because it's the middle. That's your x point. The same thing for y. Y sub 1, y sub 2. Cut in half, that's your y point. This is set formula.
What's that being?
There's a comma. Because this would be your midpoint x, because you're looking for a point with your x value here and your y value there.
Oh, that's where the cable guy.
That's exactly right. So all you're doing here is this. Midpoint equals x1 plus x2 over 2, that's your x point, and then y1 plus y2 over 2. My two x's are 3 and -2. 3 3 and negative 2. My two y's are 1 and negative 1. And if I do the math there, 3 plus a negative 2 is 1. And 1 over 2 is 1/2. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 over 2 is 0. Oh, look, it's like he's winking at you. The midpoint of that line is simply 1/2 0, which is pretty much what I have here. Look, 1/2. Actually, 1/2 y is 0. It's like right there. I almost had it right. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. You now have both midpoint and, oh, you say, but what are our applications? Look at page 566. Let's look at an application. Let's go right for the juggler. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Oh look at, why do they have calculators for everything?
Should we know how to use a calculator or no?
We will get to it eventually.
It's not hard, it's a calculator.
We have
Well,
like,
there's so
we have
many
like 2
buttons,
weeks.
there's so many.
You only need the ones that have the pluses. Look at example E. Use a coordinate plane like the one shown in example A. I don't want to do that. Let's pick one right out of the assignment. Find one that deals with this on the assignment. Find me a lesson 86 problem from the assignment.
Found one, 8.
Number who?
8.
Oh, that was fast. Now let's do one that has words in it.
27.
No problem.
30.
What do you say?
30, 30, 30, 30, 30,
30, 30, 30. Alright, number 30 says a baseball diamond is a square that is 90 feet long on each side. So here's your number 30. We've got a baseball diamond, which is in fact a square that is 90 feet on each side. How about that? You could actually put the little plates there. Home plate. You could label it as. Let's call this home, first, second, third. Use a coordinate grid to model positions of players on the field. Place home plate at 0, 0, first base at 90, 0. Oh, why didn't I read that first? Alright, that means to do this. Look, here's my coordinate grid. First base was what? 0, 0. Our home was 0, 0. So here's home. First base was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 0. 0. That would mean second base would have to be 90, 90, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. What are they getting at with this? Here's second. And then third base would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's third. So my baseball diamond look like this. Let's draw it in green. And each one is 90 feet. Is there a question in our future? Just draw it. An outfielder located at, oh my gosh, 5,300. That's going to draw rain. Here is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 90, 100. What was it? 50, 300. An outfielder located at 50, 300 does what? Throws to the third baseman. How long is that throw going to be? Somebody tell me which of the two formulas we learned today will that be?
The distance.
The distance. So you just need to write the distance formula equals the square root of, what is it? The x's first or the y's first?
X's.
X of 2 plus or minus?
Minus.
Minus x of 1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. What are my two coordinates? 50, 300 And what was another one?
0
to 90. And again, it don't matter which one you call the 2's and which ones you call the 1's, because you're squaring it, the negatives will all go away. And you end up with, let's just do this as the 1. And this for 2. 50 minus 0 squared plus 300 minus 90 squared. 50 squared plus 210 squared?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. This is why we need a calculator. 50 squared is what, 2,500? Oh, by the way, these are all square roots. Anybody know what 210 times 210 is?
A big number. 4.
Good thing it said to use a calculator. 210 times
44,100.
44,100.
Yes, got it right. Absolutely.
Got it.
Why? And you add those together, was that 100? Which is what, 46? 600. And everybody knows that the square root of 46,600 is?
A big number.
210.
Close, go higher.
220.
Lower.
215.
215.
211.
216.
Oh, it can't be 11.
Yeah,
Yeah,
216.
can't be 11.
It has to end with
2.
6 at the end.
216.
212.
6, 0, 0. Square root.
Hey.
216. Why didn't it come up evenly?
I'll take it.
I wonder.
If we have an answer like that, do we have to simplify it?
I would make you do it if it had a calculator, unless I gave you the
That one
I don't
didn't
know how
have
to
a
use a
simplifier.
calculator.
You'll get to use the calculator, don't you?
30 didn't have a calculator on it. So if we did that in the homework and got that answer, would you make us bring it all the way down?
No, but that's not how they expect you to do it. That is a ridiculous problem. Alright, let us do,
Teddy bear.
oh wait, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Let's just do 23 to
27.
29. 23 through 29. Remember, your number one goal though is to get your devotion to me, whether it be, oh, and to sign this card. We'll start here with Carter. Oh, we'll start with Faith, because I don't want Ryan to be the first person to sign it.
Tyler.
Tyler.
God.
Where did Ryan even come from?
You do
Got
it quite often.
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. 23.
He refuses to pay. You know if Mrs. Native is here though, it's guaranteed that Faith is getting Paul's grace.
Or Evelyn.
If it makes you feel any better, I can read all that math together.
I don't think that's a good achievement. Because I don't know if he was any good.
We need to find devotional.
Eat rum.
Remember, if I don't get your devotion in 1/2 of an hour, I will send a note to all teachers that you are not allowed to talk until I get them. And if you don't want to talk, well, I then might tell you. You can take a devotion out of any book.
Out of any book even.
Shoot. So should we just get one on the internet? I want to get one on
Go to April.
Yeah.
Interweb.
No. Actually, it'd be nice if you wrote it out.
I'll go there.
It's okay with production. It's a group decision, remember.
Mine's about Easter.
I'm the parent first.
When you wrote about Easter?
Yeah.
Easter is applicable in my mind.
I have the dynasty one at my house.
I haven't heard much about Dynasty. Are they still on?
Well,
I got -2 for that. That's
They were
so
kind of bad.
if you feel like trouble with something, something.
Are you still keeping up with that show?
Yeah.
Right.
Who doesn't?
Thanks for taking off work and life. Is Mr. Schmeckpepper married? Does he have a family?
Yes.
Yeah, Mrs. Schmeckpepper. He has like 2 kids or something.
He could have been divorced.
Yes, three. Yes.
Are you dumb?
Yes, 3 kids.
There's like a preschool teacher named Mrs. Schmeckpepper.
Doesn't matter. He's still divorced.
Okay, the coincidence of someone having 2 last names and it
That's
being
his wife.
gender.
It's his wife. That's his wife.
That's not what I'm talking about. but Okay.
These are such heartfelt notes, wow. Thanks for driving the bus, babe. Thank you for taking 3 days to drive us, Jacob.
That's good. That's better than just thank you.
At least Carolyn's had an exclamation point.
Thank you.
Tyler, there's no exclamation point here.
Okay.
I don't. No, I'm adding one. Sorry.
No, you're not.
Too bad. I added that too.
All we gotta decide what day we can wear this shirt. Why don't you guys decide?
All the days.
Do we want to wear them?
You know what now? Because you were mean to me, you're not getting spelling next week.
Wait, what?
Because he put an exclamation point on my no.
I was helping you.
I didn't want it!
You never told me.
I told you not to!
After I wrote it.
So you're like, I'm putting one there. I'm like, no. And then you're like,
Do I just carry around the bear or do I keep it?
you put it in
You could
your
probably-
butt.
In the back.
Yeah, I know, but do I keep it like forever? Or do I give it back to
Oh,
the
she did listen.
Why are you not doing
I don't
devotions?
know.
Are only us 4 not doing devotions?
Evelyn and Faith got me and Sarah were not doing.
Oh, have you seen a video where it's Billie Eilish and her new song or whatever?
She's broken.
No.
He's okay. I love those memes. It's like the words in the brackets. It's like 14-year-old girls, like the crying cat, like
Yeah. The one video where it's my
No.
son is dead, whatever.
I
It says,
will
I'm a
use
bad
that.
guy, and then it goes in the
That's
music
so
part
great.
no.
and goes like dum 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 dum, and it sounds like the We Are Number One theme, and so they overlap that. It's so funny. Dear Mr. Spectre. I read like the whole page.
Hot cross buns. Hot cross buns.
Big black buns. Well, say you burnt your buns. They're big black buns.
Hot cross buns.
What should I write?
Hot cross buns.
Thanks for driving.
So generic.
Say Jesus loves you. This I know.
Jesus loves you.
Or the Bible tells me so. Little ones. He is long.
But fear not.
He is
For
strong.
he is strong. Yes.
Jesus. Yes. Do we seriously have
Say
35?
I apologize in advance for my classes with you.
Oh, easy.
No,
It's
you should
9
not.
to 12.
No, you should not say that.
Why?
You should have one of the like actual mature kids say it. So not me or you.
Oh,
Did Evelyn already sign it?
no.
Not Evelyn. She's a squirrel. It's not like she's.
She's big.
We gotta do it. We gotta make Mark do it.
Thank you.
I
Okay, we're done.
On behalf of the 8th grade class, I thank you.
I don't understand this ruler. Why is there like
Because it's faith.
cardboard on it?
It's
And why,
it's cork.
and why is she colored the cardboard? AKA circular cardboard. Dude, my favorite videos are those videos when it's like Minecraft, but like everything's denying the laws of physics.
So Minecraft?
No, like
No.
it's like a stack of 65, and the person's wearing like
Oh.
3 pairs of armor, and then there's like Steve is like skin overlaid on chicken, or it's like 2 chests sat right next to each other and not made into a big chest. Those are my favorite memes, and like.
That used to be legit though. Like you could set 2 chests on.
Do you remember Sky does Minecraft's intro?
Maybe. I used to watch one. So.
Quite frankly, I really don't
That's
know
how
the
I
song
learned
of
the
it.
F word.
All I know is it's always in my brain. It's like.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Skype, my friend.
Anyways,
We're gonna be doing I have. Oh, seriously.
they overlap the song. Dude,
What?
dude. What?
On behalf of the.
But everyone's signing the note. You can't take them. Whatever.
I really want him to write April 10 on the card.
He probably will.
Alright, medium 10.
Hi guys.
Guys, welcome back. It's your boy, Big Savage here.
Big Savage. The thing is, he's like the smallest savage there ever was.
Guys, Mini Savage here. Today we're gonna be playing how to draw Minecraft. Everyone's the type of guy to do all these basics to be.
I don't know what that is.
It's a stupid game.
over.
That never gets old. You just step on that packet. Use results to suggest a formula for the hypotenuse of the right isosceles triangle with leg A. I don't know. You're supposed to suggest a formula for the hypotenuse. So I'm saying, how did it relate? How did the answers relate to what you started with? There. Larger. Length A. A squared plus A squared. Oh, I would say 2A squared equals M squared, whatever it is. That'd be a logical thing, but it's only one. So that's easy.